Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are entering the plains of strife, looking for the portal behind which we can look for Bankarov, one of the Catonians. That is apparently a bit of an issue for Cadence chosen. So we are gonna look for demonic problems today. And in the meantime, I hope we will gain a level, because we are now at the point where the next level we get means we're gonna pick up our second class, and it's gonna be the Demolitionist. So we're halfway through, so I have a good faith that we will be able to at least get our first level into a Demolitionist today. That means we're gonna be a Commando. Over the last couple of episodes, we have been slowly ramping up the aggressive nature of this build. We're just putting a little bit more points into the offensive skills that we have. We do have some of them. And by just making some gearing choices. But of course, picking up a second class, which has a bit more of an offensive slant to it, is gonna help. It should help at least. Let's follow the road. From what I remember, we have to be somewhere in the back of the plains of strife. So we're just gonna have a look and let's see.
Can't do that yet.
At this point we don't have enough reputation with the rovers yet to also benefit from their quest that will send us in here. But for now, that's okay. We will eventually get enough reputation and then we can simply go back. Let's see, speaking of the rovers, yeah, see, we are respected. We're halfway through to getting honor status. So for now, that's gonna be it. So there's gonna be mines everywhere. If you stand on them, they explode. Let's see, do they actually do damage? Okay, we have just so much damage we can safely ignore it. Oh, we're now hated by the ethereals. Hated means we got extra hero spawns whenever we spawn heroes. So areas with ethereals, we have to be a bit more careful. Because it was already possible in some spots before this to sometimes get 2 or 3 hero spots. Now, up to 4 heroes at a time might be possible. That's what I've seen so far, at least. Might, of course, that on this spot with maybe 5 heroes. All I know is we're on hardcore. We better be careful. And things are getting real. So we excel in group combat, one-on-one, especially against a tanky thing like this flash hook here. We are not as strong. This is the very much a anti-group build. But I think we're doing rather well given the nature of the build. And just the sheer amount of tanking power we have, I'm still very happy with it. My first truly serious build into hardcore couldn't have been a better one, I think. Okay. Obelisk is being tanky. Let's go with tanky. I mean, this is just a yellow, but it's kind of behaving like it's a unique. Just because it just has so much life. It's not a serious amount of damage output here that I'm noticing. Hey, and we killed it. Okay. I think from now on we're just gonna ignore those guys.
Can't do that yet.
They're just too big and tanky and not really worth dealing with. Unless of course they are required in some way, shape or form.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, take a little bit of damage, but not a lot, which is good. Okay. Hello there. Let's do some active pulling. We're just gonna annoy the heck out of everybody here. We are drinking more flasks than I remember us doing. Well, we are, of course, using...
I can't do that yet.
what was it called? Guile. Our relic, which gives us an active maintained ability. Yeah, so it costs us 1 energy per second. So that means our regeneration is going to be less by 1 per second, effectively.
I can't do that yet.
Ah, still can't do it. I thought I put it on the right mouse button in order to not complain about timeouts still be going. Okay, there's a little crystal here. And we have it. And then an abomination comes out. That's something that I don't think has happened up until this point in the game. And it is rather steady. Holy moly.
I can't do that
Okay,
yet.
I think I'm standing inside of the ether stuff. Let's not do that. That's feels really unhealthy. Okay, and yeah, it put a cloud underneath it and I missed it too late. Oh, it's a pretty safe bet. Whenever your health is moving downwards in a rather consistent manner, someone has put something nasty beneath your feet. That's a very good rule of thumb that most of the time actually holds true, at least for this build. Okay, and again, just pretty tanky, but that's not worth the trouble. And there is the portal. So, let's jump in. Chthonic Rift. It's the Forsaken Wastes. Hello there, Charnderoth. Are you perhaps related to Bane Garoth? Oh. Is your names they sound the same? I don't think it was. So let's keep searching. What are you? An incinerator. Goodbye. What I remember is that the entrance to the Obsidian throne is going to be somewhere in the top left of the map. Ooh. That's a lot of chaos damage coming our way. We're not terribly great at resisting chaos damage, to be honest. It's 10% that we resisted, so yeah, it definitely hurts more to get hit with chaos than with the usual mix of vitality, bleeding, poison, all the regular things. And we killed it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not celebrate just yet. Is it still trying to murder us? Now I think they're all dead. We pop a loot bubble over here. Don't remember popping it, or did it just pop itself? It seems to have popped itself. Well, heroes always drop this nice orb of loot, but in the heat of combat it's easy to click on them, so you don't always notice that you have clicked it. That's always a waste if you walk away with the orb still there. All that unlooted loot, just unrealized.
That skill's not ready.
All abandoned. So sad. So it's only a couple mobs that seems to be doing the actual chaos damage. All the other ones are very happy with vitality or what have you. I believe this is a change from how mobs used to behave in some of the earlier betas. Because there used to be a lot more monotony to the damage types. And I think especially the Catonians, they used to be really heavy on one damage type, and I believe it was Chaos. And I think they got rebalanced a bit so that they do multiple different types of damage. So, well, you got Chaos, you got vitality damage, you got some poison, maybe some fire.
I can't do that yet.
Rather than only Chaos. Okay, we're getting surrounded here. To admit, with all that Chaos damage being dealt, I'm not as comfortable with getting surrounded as I normally would be. So I'm trying to position myself in a way where we're not going to be surrounded on all sides. So that when they do throw those bombs underneath my feet, I can actually run away. Or, well, not run away. I mean, we're a soldier, we don't run away. When we can do a tactical repositioning. Yes, that's it. We reposition ourselves in the most tactical of manners. And there you go. We repositioned ourselves into a victorious situation. Unlike those guys. Okay. Doomed remains. And we keep looking. We keep heading north.
That skill's not ready.
Or to the top. Not quite sure if in this place, this void, if the concept of north and south, if the directions, if they even have any meaning.
I can't do that yet.
It's normally they're magnetically determined. A place like this, if you don't have any magnetic poles going about, is a concept such as north or south even useful? But for now, the map says north, so we go north.
That skill's
Yeah,
not
energy
ready.
is definitely something that keeps ticking down faster than normal. Maybe a little bit of energy leech or something could be interesting, or some spell absorption. Or just simply more regen. Until we have that sorted out, we'll just have to get ourselves a subscription on the green potions. Just getting them refilled. Well, so far I haven't had to actually use Overguard, which is my panic defensive skill. So it's always been a steady eroding of our life, but not anything spiky or really dangerous. So I still feel like I'm in control of things.
I can't do that yet.
Of course, that's just a feeling, and feelings can be tricky. Especially, if something like being overconfident allows you to misread situations. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Okay, there is a hero in there. These guys are hurting a bit. Okay, overguard this.
Can't do that yet.
Still have our flask to fall back on. And we gained our level, 44. So that happened. Now we just need to defeat Obsidian the Titan. And of course, get his loot. Or its loot, I have no idea. If these demons even have genders, let alone what they would be. But Demolitionist, so we are gonna grab Flame Touched, Temper, Vindictive Flames, Ultimate's Wrath, and Blast Shield. Blast Shield is the one I'm gonna go for first. So we're gonna put points into the Demolitionist class itself, which is gonna increase our health pool. It's also gonna give us some of the stats, and Physique is of course the one that we are most focused on. Anything special with these shields? +1 to blast shield. That is gonna be interesting. If we find a nice green obsidian shield, we might have ourselves a shield that we can be using for a while. That will allow us to just increase the level of blast shield beyond its limits. Blast shield is gonna be yet another defensive skill that we will trigger when we reach a certain low life state. Upside of blast shield is that it triggers at 75% of your health. So in our case we need to lose 2100 health and then it will trigger, and it's gonna trigger like once every 20 or 30 seconds.
That skill's not ready.
I believe that cooldown is something that will tick down the more points we get into the skill. And it's gonna give us a damage absorption shield as well as some fire damage retaliation, and it's gonna increase our maximum resistances by a bit. So while it's up, we will be more tanky than normal and we will be more prickly than normal. So that's a rather nice bit of synergy. And well, as you have seen, our health most of the time it's not moving all that much. Most of the time it's we don't really go much below 7000, and like this we are really taking down our life. It means we're probably standing there with chaos beneath our feet and doing weird things.
I can't do that yet.
That's where a blast shield is gonna be useful. But if there's just a bunch of stupid skeletons or zombies or whatever around you, and they're just poking at you and you're not being really impressed, blast shield's not gonna trigger because you don't need it against itty bitty zombies. Therefore I think the cooldown, having some time to it, is okay. And I think we just picked up a blueprint for a front loading rifle. That seems interesting. Two-handed weapon, level 37. So one of the ideas I have for a future series is a two-handed demolitionist. So really, embracing the Demolitionist as an active class rather than as just a support for our soldier. So getting a blueprint for that means, potentially we could do that on hardcore as well. But of course, we first have to complete this series. My current plans for the series are to keep playing until we die, which is hopefully going to be a long series. Sold a stash with some stuff in it. Bandicoot Totem and Vulnerability. So this is a conjurer item. Two-hander. Okay. For a moment I was thinking, hey, 300 extra damage. That's a lot. But then I realized it's a two-hander. Of course it has a lot of damage on it. Yeah, well. No, but the first goal at hand is gonna be to defeat the end boss. We're gonna go after the Logorian on veteran mode. Normal it's veteran. Slightly more difficult than normal. After that we're gonna do some of the optional side areas in veteran mode. So we're gonna go to the East Marsh, we're gonna do the hidden path content. There's a couple of boss fights in there, and they were tough when I did them with my Arcanist. So I figured let's do the main content first, and after that we're gonna do some of the optional stuff. And after that we're gonna continue onwards with epic difficulty, rather than starting a new character. Because most of the time when I hit the end, when I defeat the Logorian, then I'm calling it quits and we're moving on to a different series. And this time we are gonna see just how far we can get.
That skill's not ready.
I haven't really played all that much on Epic. I've got one character where I think I defeated the Warden on Epic. But that's kind of it. So that's gonna be an interesting new journey for me as well. But beyond the obvious of some of the devotion shrines not being active on the higher difficulties, and you suffering a 25% reduction to all of these resists here. Let's stick to the middle here. I have no idea what else there's gonna be, or if there's maybe gonna be differences in boss balance. If some bosses might be way more difficult on higher difficulties, or if there might even be just extra content. I do know that once you piss off certain factions far enough that you get nemesis spawns, which are a lot tougher than normal. But I think we won't really have to worry about that until we hit ultimate difficulty. Then again, I don't know, we shall see. So it's gonna be a bit of a journey of discovery. It's gonna keep things interesting. Because in terms of build evolution, now we're gonna get some auras, we're gonna get blast shield of course.
Can't do that yet.
But outside of that, it's not like the build is gonna drastically change. We will remain a melee weapon and shield kind of guy. We will be just trying to murder the heck out of things. And trying to use our opponent's damage against themselves. So we're gonna go more into reflect. We're gonna add more damage retaliation. We're gonna get some auras from the Demolitionist. But that's it. Of course we're gonna get access to set items. We're gonna get access to legendary items eventually. Which is an aspect that I've played around with for a little bit. I mean, I do have a level 65 or so druid. But playing a character seriously through does give you a different perspective than just filling around a little bit with stuff. So we defeated Bangerov, the demon we were looking for. There was the exit there, but we still have a little bit to go, so we're gonna make a loop around here in order to clear that bit of content. And then it's...
That skill's not ready.
Probably gonna be the end of the episode. Alright, there was a waypoint in the Plains of Strife, so we can probably go for that and then call it an end. So we at least made some progress in the outside world. Even though we have been slaying demons like we were only paying half attention to what was happening, which of course I wouldn't do.
That skill's not ready.
These demons, they deserve my undivided attention. Well, besides the loot of course. Loot also deserves undivided attention. And you go to hell. Well, stay there. I don't know. What do you say to a demon? Oh, go to hell. That doesn't pack the punch to a demon. Or to a Catonian, to be technically correct. They're still just demons, right? So, it's a good thing we got multiple bags. Places like this that don't allow you to exit unless you use the portals do make it very, very useful if you have at least a lot of empty space in your bag, so you can pick up all the loot rather than having to pick and choose. Because leaving loot behind is so undignified.
I can't do that yet.
A green obsidian bulwark. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's reddish rather than blackish. +2 to blast shields, that's better. 26 chaos resistance, increased armor by 13%, which I believe is a global bonus. Besides that, we get a bunch of defensive ability and some added fire damage and some cunning. So, less retaliation, more blast shield and chaos resist. This is interesting though. Losing out on some retaliation damage is gonna be annoying. But definitely interesting.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, hero here, another hero there. I believe we want to see if we can keep them all on the same side. Yeah, like that. See, they hurt and they throw stuff and it burns. Oh, it burns.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, that's one hero down. We got another one here.
I can't.
Chitalis, the usurper. And then it's only a couple of regular ravagers, who should not be underestimated either.
Skill's not ready.
But of course they're slightly less threatening than the bosses would be. So this is why it's nice to do full clears of areas like these, because the density of hero mobs is really high here. I think there's always at least 4 or 5 heroes when you do the Obsidian throne. And of course heroes, they drop decent loot. And why would we be here if not for the loot? Or to complete quests, which is loot by proxy. The thing is, we are now back on the plains of strife.
I can't do that.
We can't portal to town to empty our pockets whenever we want. We have to return to Father Kaiman to report in about the success of the quest. But for now, I think we're gonna just see if we can push on a little bit and get to the waypoint. Hello there.
I can't do
Okay,
that.
these things were just no fun to deal with, so let's ignore them. And if they're that big and slow and tanky, then yeah. No hardcore tank on tank action is not gonna excite anybody. It does for you. Hey, I'm not judging, just surprised.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, let's play football with the Mind Rager and kick the football. I think the football set splits. Okay, some plague walkers here that are nicely glowing and green. The Hoarfrost Dreadguard. Follow the road. Oh, more stuff. Some reanimators in here.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, let's do some overguarding here to boost our regen, because we are in a slight bit of a pickle. Tiny self-inflicted, of course. Okay, let's get out of there. I think I was being slightly too aggressive there.
I can't do that
But
yet.
the size of our health pool does make it so we can sustain quite a bit. Try the waters a little bit, and if things get too nasty, we do have ample time to extract ourselves from danger. I don't think I'll ever look at other builds in the same way again. Because just having this much life on a character is... you could get used to this. And it could really color how you evaluate other builds then. Okay, let's just get away from that pillar thing outside.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, let's kick in some regen here. So these hulks are big, lumbering. They
That
hurt
skill's not ready.
quite a bit. But again, big health pool, it helps. I'm really curious about the trolls in the East Marsh. Speaking of things that hurt a lot. Oh, those trolls, they can 1 or 2 hits kill you if you are underleveled or if you're not really all that tanky. So I'm truly curious to see how we will fare against them. But as I said, that's gonna be after we face the Logorian. Because the East Marsh is just side content, it's not mainline content. And I know it is, at least some of the troll kings and such are on the powerful side. On average, monsters there are going to be 4 or 5 levels above you, rather than 1 or 2 levels. So I would say it is graded as challenging side content. And then reanimator. Stop reanimating. Death is only the beginning. And we have reached the gates of Necropolis. So let's head back to Soros Bastion, have a chat with Father Kaiman. And tell him that we cleared the void of at least all the greater demons. And a lot of the little ones as well. I think we did a pretty good job of doing either full clear or a 99% clear of the area. Which is about as good as you could expect us to do. Hello there, Father Kaiman. If you braved the Obsidian throne, yes, Bingroff lies dead. You're a brave soul, and your loyalty to me knows no limits. When the time is right, you shall become my agent of righteousness. With your help, I will banish the darkness from this world and restore Karn to greatness once more. Making Karn great again. Sorry, that one was too easy. 2 enemies, so we don't really care about that. So, what is your will? You're a valued ally of the Chosen, but the matters ahead are of critical importance. You have not yet proven your complete dedication to our cause. Come back to me when you've proven your loyalty to the rest of the Chosen, for without their approval, I cannot send you to do what must be done next. So, go do fetch quest, please. Oh, we're pretty close, only need 1854 loyalty, so killing a whole bunch of Catonians is gonna satisfy that. 1854 Catonians to be precise. Order of Death's Vigil, those also can be killed. And doing bounties at the bounty table, which is active for us. Yes, but I don't really care for it right now. So for now, that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed our demonic slaying adventures. And I will see you again next time when we venture further into the Necropolis. The end is drawing near. Bye bye.